Dear students, hello, a good time of the day. Right now, we will start our first offline lesson, which is not going to be long, just about 5 minutes maybe, if not less. I'm creating this video, and I will put it on YouTube, so that later or at any convenient time for you, you can go through the link and watch the video, this lesson. The purpose of this lesson is to quickly go through the learning objectives for the next week, for the first week in term 4. So right now you are looking at term 4 calendar and week 1, which will finish on April 10th, which is Friday. It should be Friday. Let me just double check. Yes, it's Friday. So this week we'll focus on evaluation section and the product design. We've already spoken a lot about evaluation sections. I gave you, if you remember, sample paper written by a student, and we discussed about evaluation section just briefly. So that's the first thing to be looked at, and the second thing is product design. What does it mean to design a product? I told you during the last term that later you will create your own product from your research paper. Well, that product could be a video, a lecture, where you will you would share the findings of your research, and you have a desire to leave a legacy or to leave an important message to the community, to your class, to grade 11, to high school students, grade 11 and 12, maybe something for grade 10, maybe for entire school, for students, maybe for students and teachers. Maybe there is an important message for Semey or Kazakhstan or the world. It's up to you to decide. You can also, in the similar manner, create a poster, and you should be thinking about the important message which will go through the poster. Again, think of the important, the crucial message you're going to leave. A podcast. You can write, you can interview somebody, create a podcast. You have an experience, if you remember. In our classes, we practiced creating podcasts. If you want to refresh your memories, you can at any time go online, find any existing podcasts, listen to them, and think of the structure, how they are made, and then do your own. You can create a mobile app. For some of you, it's easy. For me, it's not. I have no idea how a mobile app is created. But some of you can easily do it. And maybe, of course, the mobile application should be linked to your research, to the outcomes of your research. So again, think of an important message and what kind of benefit it brings to society. Or, I know some of you are creating websites. That's also counted as a product of your research. When designing your product, think of the following. What's the core idea or message of the product and research? What benefit it will bring to the community? And how creative you can be. At the same time, you will be finishing your evaluation section. If there is something unclear, you can text me, you can leave a message on Teams, you can go and open research paper guide, if you remember. That document is located on Google Classroom. You can go and find it there, and you can help yourself in order to see how evaluation section is written. Right. So that's product design, and it should be completed before April 10th and sent to me to get feedback. Now, evaluation section. Right. Evaluation section. Let's have a quick look at sample paper which I gave you a couple of months ago, well, 1 month ago, and we discussed about it. You remember the topic, the main theme of this research, which was the gender inequality in Kazakhstan. You all remember it. So the evaluation section focuses on several strong sides. First of all, what went well, right? First of all, there were both foreign and national literature sources overviewed. I think most of you did it. It enabled the context part to be less biased or prejudiced, and helped to find more interesting perspectives for further research. I would avoid using the word interesting and be more specific, such as the local literature sources give you specific perspective of Kazakhstan people, whereas international, or if you look at European or American literature reviews, they gave you their perspectives. Both type of sources were reliable. You can talk about reliability, but you should also prove why your sources were reliable. You can also, if some of you used international bodies like United Nations, that's also fine. You can, I think, mention that it's credible. Right. So if you look, okay. Secondly, aims of the research were defined concisely and were directed on analysis of two different perspectives of the government, of citizens of Kazakhstan. Analysis of this perspective intersection would aim cover the research topics. Right. If you remember, I asked all of you that your aims, should be linked to your results. So basically, in the results section, you talked about your aims. You either achieved them, or you either have achieved them or you have not achieved them. Any result is a result. Even a negative result is a result. So here the author says that the author's aims were specific, direct, and that the author was able to achieve them. You can also, in a similar manner, talk about your aims and say that you were lucky to achieve your research aims, and again, you can explain why you think that you've achieved the aims. Due to some factors, the research has also its flaws. The biggest one that is there were only 58 respondents. Well, I know that some of you made quite a big research in terms of the involvement of different people, and I know that for most of you this is more than 58 respondents. I know that some of you were making up this number and helping each other to make up, right? I don't think it's a good. It was a good idea. I think it was a horrible idea. But anyway, you are learning something for your future studies in university. So you can say that you had troubles. You were not able to find or to invite enough people to take to be part of your research, or to be part of your questionnaire, right? Uh, you can talk about anything here. You can uh, say that your research was international, that many people from different countries participated in your questionnaire, or you can say that no, my research was unfortunately only was very limited, and I was able to involve only people in one particular shop, right? In one particular evening. I know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about right now. Some of you made this quite limited. You can also talk about that. Uh, you can talk about different perspectives. Remember, I asked you to have different perspectives based on gender, male, female, based on age, like teenagers, people above 30, people above 50, 60, based on uh, culture, based on preferences, based on music. Some of you did it. Some of you prefer classic music. Some prefer national pop, rock, R&B, whatever. So based on these preferences, right? Or different perspectives in terms of clothes, like casual, official, uh, mixed style, any kind of style. I'm not an expert in that field, so you get the idea that you can show the variety of perspectives either as your strong side or as your weak side of your research paper. Further, you can write about the improvement. So in order to improve the quality of survey outputs of this research, next time you would do such and such steps. You would make your aims more specific, paraphrase some questions, include some more literature, ask more people, change something in your interview, change something in your questionnaire, change something whenever you go and talk to people outside on the streets. Uh, any kind of change which would certainly make your research better. So that goes here in your evaluation part. Again, simply saying here you talk about your strong sides, what you have done well. Here you talk about your weak sides, what you have done uh, not well. And here you talk about the steps to improve. As simple as that. Okay, so the deadline is April 10th. If you have any questions, leave a message for me. I will try to answer it. Thank you. Bye.